Zen Rhino sent me a direct message yesterday. And he told me, he goes, hey, man, you got mentioned on r/Mersh.
Oh.
And I went, oh, a subreddit? Subreddit. I'm going to make some guesses. Remarkably miserable, single young white guys. They don't like anything.
No.
And I'm guessing a lot of them probably had a podcast at one point and it never went anywhere. Because
I'd say that's all accurate.
I see the people that Reddit typically hates, and there's always a pattern to it. And the pattern is this. Guys it's like hating the girl who won't have a drink with you when you thought she was the attainable girl. You know, the one who kind of looks a little girl next door-ish, and You're like, I got a shot with that one. And then you find out you're actually beneath her and she won't have a drink with you.
No shot.
So instead of you going, why don't I get better and work on my shit? You just go, dude, 100% of me is now dedicated to hating that chick for no reason other than she didn't want to touch your dick.
Right.
That is what like an r/Mersh subreddit is like. So when Zen Rhino said, you're on there, I'm like, all right, awesome, cool. Let's go take a look at how unhinged and unhappy I've made these people. I go in there, and sure enough, unhinged and angry. And this was the amazing part. You know what r/Mersh is upset at me for?
Your hairline.
No, they'll get to that later. That I don't hate Mersh. It's literally as grade school as, this guy, why doesn't he hate the guy we hate? Guys, it's okay. You don't have to pay attention to it. As much as I like the show we do, as much as I love our audience, and as well as it's going, I'm very easy to ignore.
Actually, if you're that subreddit, though, it makes sense for them to be upset that other people don't hate him, because that's all those pages exist to do is hate. They hate Mersh. They hate Brendan Schaub.
In that regard, yes.
It makes sense.
But in life in general, I want to encourage these young men to spread their wings a bit and not just be Reddit guys.
They've been clipped.
I know, but if you're Reddit guys, then that is your whole existence. That's my point. And I can't think of a worse existence. One guy wrote, it was something to the regard of, it sucks having to imagine someone who would be a fan of this show. So I simply wrote to the guy, I go, then don't. Don't trouble yourself. He's literally saying it hurts him to think of what kind of person enjoys this show. And I'm like, then it was like the perfect microcosm of a Reddit person.
Yeah, okay.
And you just go like, dude, if it's hurting you,
just walk away.
Like my impression of a Reddit person would just be somebody who's trying to build a deck, and as they hammer the nail, they just keep hitting themselves in the thumb over and over and go, God damn it, this fucking hurts. And you go, then hit the nail.
It's insanity.
Why are we hitting our thumb? No, and then there were two guys in there. One of them was Bally Song, who I guess Mersh, like some chick that he wanted to fuck, she wanted to fuck Mersh, and then Mersh wouldn't fuck her, so she got mad. Some goddamn thing. Zen Rhino told me about the whole thing.
A girl screwed it up.
A girl screwed it up, and this guy, Bally Song, goes, he put a clip up of us not hating Mersh, and he was very upset about it. So then this other guy, remember Stoned Mexican, who like 2 months ago called me Swap Meet Red Bar, and I thought that was hilarious?
I remember Swap Meet, yeah.
I don't think that guy thought I would ever read the subreddit post, but
Okay.
Zen sent it to me. So he went in there. It was so sad. He went in there and lied. Imagine lying to your r/Mersh friends so you can look cool. Oh, I'm telling you guys, go read.
Important.
Go read r/Mersh. It's one of the saddest places on Reddit. So this Stoned Mexican goes, oh yeah, this guy, dude, we can break him. He's definitely like about to become a lolcow. Like I went in there one time, I called him Swap Meet Red Bar, and dude, I've got him this close to a meltdown. I'm like, if
Maybe
by
you did.
meltdown you said we laughed our asses off and adopted the moniker, yeah, then you've got us close to a meltdown. That's one of my favorite things about Reddit too, is that when they fail or they own themselves or they look cringe and douchey, they just say that the person they did it to is that thing.
Well, yeah. What else do you do?
So he's like,
Can't let down kayfabe on there.
yeah, you can't break kayfabe on Reddit. So I read this thread that Zen Rhino sent me, and I swear to God, I was watching it. I think I was watching Cinderella Man, and I'm laughing my balls off Because those guys are just like, dude, I think we're going to break them. I'm like, break? No offense. It was like Thanos meme. I don't even know who you are.
Right. I don't take my advice from screen names.
I'm sorry, buddy. I apologize. Ryan said, sorry, I meant to say they will hate you just for repeating what I say. Well, and yeah, that was, that's kind of my whole thing with subreddits in general. If you don't give them the reaction they want, which is like being mad and angry and yelling at them, like if you just pity them and laugh at them, instead of them having to face reality, something must have happened in childhood.
If you're on a Reddit page, yes, something happened in your childhood.
So if you don't give them the reaction you want, like if you're us and you're having fun with them and laughing at them and kind of just backhanding them a little bit and not taking them seriously, they'll go on a post and be like, dude, we've got this guy. He's totally, and you're like, oh, it's like explaining something to a child. And then you go, you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And then they repeat the opposite thing back to you. And you're just like, fuck.
You're not getting it.
I thought we had it. Let's go to the audience on this one. Mr. Womp Womp says disliking Mersh is valid, but not liking others for liking him isn't. I want to say this about Mersh, and maybe this gets back to Mersh, maybe it doesn't. I think he'll take this as the compliment it's intended as. Mersh is not someone to be liked or hated. He's just a Mersh. Like, hating Mersh is like the same as hating celery.
Right. I very much don't think about it.
He's a guy who does a show. Mm-hmm. He's not a guy who can change your taxes. He's not a guy who can give away your tax money or go to war.
He can't do anything for you.
He's just like, if someone put a gun to my head and said, I'll blow your fucking brains out if you say that you don't like Mersh, I'll be like, okay, then I like Mersh. And then if somebody had a gun to my head and said, I'll blow your fucking head off if you say you like Mersh, I'd be like, I don't like Mersh. Like, it's that.
I'm not invested.
Interchange. You know what? And again, I don't misunderstand how I mean this. Mersh is a guy who does a show with another guy. Mm-hmm. And when they do a show,
yes, I'm
entertained.
Okay.
I have no investment in how either of those two shake out whatsoever. So if not hating Mersh makes me a criminal on the r/Mersh subreddit, then I guess I'm a criminal, guys.